Hello and welcome to another update on FET. Here, FETCH.AI. The price is currently forming a potential 5-wave move to the upside, which might actually be completed. Yeah, we talked about it in previous videos. This wave A to the upside might indeed be complete. Waiting now for evidence for a potential B wave pullback. And then from there, a C wave rally could start. So what we're tracking at the moment is the start of wave B. The idea is that this B wave should form a higher low. And what we're tracking on the smaller time frame is a Fibonacci support area, okay, that we have added to the chart. So we can take a look at it together. But the overall idea is, the main thesis is that we have started a larger recovery rally. It should be a 3-wave move up in an ABC structure. And within the A wave, we're tracking an ABC structure in itself. So, and the initial A wave seems to be a 5-wave move. And if you followed our previous updates, if you are familiar with Elliott wave, and if you know how trends work, then it is this 5-wave move up that gives us a good idea that we should overall focus on higher prices. At the same time, Elliott wave teaches us that after 5 waves up, the next pullback should be corrective and should correct the entire move to the upside. So we are going to watch for a pullback in this B wave. And that's exactly where we are at the moment. And if this uptrend continues, obviously not in a straight line, but with ups and downs and corrective pullbacks along the way, then we can watch for the $6.20 level to be reached. That's the 100% Fibonacci extension target. And it's just an ideal level that could be reached kind of medium term. Now, let us take a look at the smaller time frame for FET. The price has started here, potentially this pullback, which I have labeled as an ABC structure. If you watched previous videos, then you know that I was considering that in this A wave to the upside, so this initial 5-wave move up from the April low, the price might indeed have formed the top on Sunday, the 11th of May, because the wave count to the upside is technically full. Now, the idea was then we are watching first for evidence, and a break below this previous swing low from Sunday was initial evidence, and the market formed an ABC structure to the downside in an A wave. I then gave you resistance for this B wave, which held. I removed it from the chart now, but resistance was not broken. It was clearly maxed out, but not broken. And then the idea was that we should now move into this C wave target area because we have an A, B, C structure. And this area is between 78 cents and 72 cents. So it's an ideal area where this A wave should complete and then potentially start a B wave bounce. And let's just double check the new resistance area, because this is obviously measured based on really the microstructures. So it changes when the price pushes still a little bit lower, but we have a resistance area to watch. Expectation would be that from here now, somewhere, a corrective rally starts, which would be a B wave. And it should ideally reach this area between 81 cents and 87 cents. Now, to be fair, it is best to add the 88.7 retracement, because B waves can be high. And especially if the market is overall still bullish, which in my opinion it still is, the corrective rallies, even in B waves, can be quite aggressive. So it is this area between 82.8 cents and 89.3 cents that we have to pay close attention to. And ideally, the market would react now to this blue support zone, start a corrective rally over the coming days maybe, before we then continue the decline and hopefully finish this entire correction in the area between 42 cents and 62 cents. Still very early days in this correction, but that's at the moment what we're tracking. Okay, if we get a decisive break above 89.3 cents, we might have to consider that a more substantial low formed and we're getting another upside extension, but without further evidence, that is not expected at this point in time. Over the last few days, the price followed perfectly the forecast here for a correction, so we now need to see if it continues to respect the parameters. That's the update on FET. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.